Alright, hey everybody. So today I'm going to go over um, my head shaving routine that I do. I've started using a straight razor. I don't use it all the time. I've used it, this will be my third time so far. And this is actually a Japanese style straight razor. It's really a Shavette, but everybody knows them as a straight razor. So real quick, the difference between a Shavette and a real straight razor is a Shavette has disposable blades. So basically I pinch here, that blade will drop out and I can put a new one in there. A real straight razor, you hone it with a leather strap to make it sharp. So that's the difference. I got Shavette because living in the RV, I don't have that much room, so this made more sense. You might be wondering why I'm doing this here. This is actually my kitchen area. The reason I'm doing this is because in my bathroom, I actually do not have a sink. Instead of a sink, we have a washer, which works way better for full-time RVing. I much rather have a washer than a sink in my bathroom because I have a nice big sink right here in the kitchen. So to do this, I have a little mirror, boom, in the cup. I have my nice little cup right here with my boar bristle brush. So this is going to be the Smogue, I think this is the 620 if I'm correct. It's just in some hot water, soaking so it gets nice and wet. And then I have my shaving soap right here. This is going to be, I'm having a brain fart right now, but I'll put it in the description, or I'll put it back in this video. Forgot what it is, but it's super cheap as well. And then I got my towel and a washcloth. I like to use the washcloth actually to rinse off the straight razor. It works a lot better than having to wash it under the sink, and that's actually why I enjoy this. So the best method I found to hold one of these is 3 fingers on top, pinky under, and thumb like this, and that gives me a lot of control. Some people hold it just like this and go. I still haven't mastered it. I'm doing pretty well compared to what I've seen most people do. I usually maybe nick myself once, which is pretty crazy for a head shave on something like this. Most people are scared to use a straight razor on their face. So as you can see, this is about 3 days worth of growth, or maybe 4, I can't remember. I think I cut it on Sunday. Today is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So yeah, about 4 days worth of growth. Not too bad. So this is the feather Shavette, Japanese style, again. And this was about $100. Kind of pricey. You can get knockoffs that are about 18 to 25 bucks, somewhere in there. The reason I went with the feather though is because I believe the craftsmanship is better on these. Feather is a well-known brand in the safety razor, wet shaving circles. So I already know that they make quality blades, so I just assumed that they also made a quality Shavette. And when I buy my stuff, I like to spend a little bit more if I have to on quality, because I want my things to last. So without further ado, let's get the party started. So first thing I'm going to do is throw some water in my hair that was from the shave puck that's in here. Right, I also just took a shower, which is ideal. You don't have to, but that is really good to do because it gets your hair nice and moist, soft. It cleans out all the debris that's in there. So then all I do is take that brush, shake it out once or twice, take that puck, start lathering. You can already see it's lathering. I lather it over the sink because it starts to get pretty messy fairly quick. This shaving soap, it's on Amazon. It's called Arco. That's what it's called. Arco. Just came to me. And I don't know, it's fairly cheap. Less than $10 for two things of it, and it's really pliable, meaning you can mush it, and I like to mush it in this wooden shaving bowl that I've had for years. And look at that, within a few seconds, already got some really good lather there. The downside of this Arco shaving soap is the smell. It smells like cleaning supplies. And not like a good fresh clean, more like a like cheap cleaning soap that would be in a bathroom somewhere, to be honest. So not the best. You could put maybe a little essential oil in this to make it smell a little better. I have done that in the past and it worked out pretty well. Look at that. All kinds of lather. That's beautiful. And we're going to go with that. I like that. So I'm going to put a little bit more water on my head. And you know what? I'm just going to use the phone that I'm using to videotape this to lather. So that's all you do. You just want to get it nice and around everywhere. It's the same way on your face, right? So what's good about this is it creates friction that is going to make those hairs stand up a lot better than if you were just using, like, say, a gel in your hand. As you can see, I got the back as well. I usually don't have to have a mirror to see the back, or should I say 2 mirrors. I honestly don't need a mirror at all to shave my head, typically, because I've been doing it so long. But when I use the straight razor, I like to use the mirror, just because I'm so new at it. And that looks pretty good to me. Okay, and then I like to wash my hands off, make sure they're nice and dry. I think that's super, super important because you don't want to have slippery hands as you're holding this. Even though this has a rubber handle, and honestly, super fucking good with the grip on this one. I was a little worried about that. It's not bad at all, though. You know what? I might not even use the mirror. Might just use the phone, so let's try that. So again, I like to use 3 fingers, pinky, grip it, and I try to go at about a 30-degree angle. Which is actually a lot harder than I thought it would be to see in the phone. I wonder if I need to turn that off. How's that look? Can you see me still? Kind of. Let me try to turn on one of these other lights, see how that works. There we go, that's a little better. Sorry if this video quality isn't the best in the world. I just used my cell phone, and my cell phone's pretty old. It's well, it's new to me, but it's an iPhone 8, So there you go, boom. And let's wash that off actually. It's an iPhone 8, and I just got it last, maybe a year ago or so. Before that I think it was a iPhone 5S. Now the real trick that I've been trying to work on as well with this is to see if I can get more uses out of each blade. So you could use one blade and then throw it away, or you could use it multiple times. From my reading on a lot of the wet shaving club circles and groups, a lot of people get about 5 to 8 shaves out of this blade. This isn't their sharpest blade that goes in here. This is a feather blade. It is the second to the sharpest. I did not want to do the sharpest because I probably would have cut myself a lot more. And there's also a few less sharper ones than that, than the one that's in here right now too. And as you can see, I kind of have to adjust even where I position my face. See, before I was here and then going here for the right side. Now, with this straight razor, I still basically try to go with the grain on my first pass, and then I do another pass with across the grain. I don't really usually go too much against the grain, maybe on the sides of my head a little bit, but I'm still not that proficient at using it to where I feel super comfortable going against the grain. Now this is one of the hard ones because I can't see as I cut my sideburns, so I usually just go off of feeling. How are we looking so far? Not bad. And a lot of people think once you start wet shaving that if someone says, hey, you should be able to get 6 shaves out of that blade, and they don't, they automatically think it's the blade's fault. So a blade will only last so long no matter how good your technique is, right? A blade will not last forever, but it will last longer the better your technique is. So right now, this is my second blade in this feather, and this is my, I can't remember, it's either third or fourth shave. And so far, with these blades, the first one I used it maybe, I think it was twice, and then I threw it. And for me, personally, I go off of feel on how long I keep a blade. So once I feel like it's starting to tug on the hair, and you know, once you get comfortable with wet shaving, you'll know when it tugs. And I do pull back on my head in some spots, in other spots I won't. Just depends on the angle. Now technically with this, you also want to switch hands. So this blade should now be in my left hand to do my left side. I'm not good enough yet. I've been practicing that with conventional double-edged safety razor, also known as a DE razor. I figure once I get really good at it with the regular razor is when I can start doing it with this razor. I definitely need the mirror for this one. The one of the downsides of shaving like this and using and taping it is it's taking me a little longer. And honestly, I guess just in general, using a straight razor does take me a little bit longer because I have to be a lot more careful because I'm not used to it, and it's easier to cut yourself, a lot easier to cut yourself with this. And when you cut yourself with something like this, it can be pretty bad, to be honest. A lot of the times, if you just join some wet shaving groups and you look at some of the posts where people cut themselves, it's usually pretty deep. But the bad side of that is what I was trying to get at is that the shaving soap on your head will start to dry out a little bit and lose its slickness, right? And that's what you really want, is you want the slickness to stay on the head so that just glides over. So one thing I've learned is if you have to, like I just did, re-wet your head in those areas and reapply shaving soap. Nothing wrong with doing that. This is a really tough area for me. It's the top of my head, like my cowl, center head, or whatever you want to call that area, or your cowlick. I don't know if they still call that a cowlick or not. And when I'm doing this, I'm not pressing hard. That's the big thing. You don't want to press hard. It's just boom, not straight down like that, 30-degree angle, and let the razor do the work. So I'm just very slightly pressing it to glide over those hairs. Blood. Let's hit a couple more. And the ears are always hard. All right, so I don't know if that's all coming in. There's still probably some spots I missed, slash some stubble, but that's why I do 2 rounds, right? 2 passes. Overall, That doesn't feel too bad. Didn't nick myself at all. Not too bad. Okay, pretty good pass. Time for the second pass. Also remember, you got to re-wet that brush. I just re-wetted it. Re-wetted. I don't even think that's a word. So I put some more water on it from the cup that the brush was originally soaking in. And don't be afraid to get too much lather in here. You know, sometimes I hear people like, oh, you're using too much lather and you're wasting the soap. You don't hear it too much, but you hear it every now and then in the wet shaving community. But honestly, with soaps like these, there's no reason to care. For less than $10, you get 2 sticks. And 1 stick fills up this whole bowl. And a bowl like this probably lasts me a long time. I would say with shaving at least 5 days a week, because I have to shave every day as a Marine for work, and then shaving my head 2 or 3 days a week. So that's without me even shaving on the weekends at all for my face. Probably 4 to 6 months, to be honest. It lasts a long time. And honestly, that feels so good on your head. Just the brush gliding. Again, not my favorite smell, but that's okay. I do have other soaps that I like to smell better, but tonight I just wanted to use that one. I haven't used it in about a week or so, so I figured why not. All right, here comes pass 2, but before that, a little Flex Nation. So, you know, with that, if you didn't notice on my channel, I kind of have a little bit of mixture of different type of videos and content. My thing is, I put on there what I'm passionate about, right? So I'm really passionate about finances, money. I'm passionate about journeys, so my adventures, my life. And then fitness, my health. And with my fitness, I'm going on, it's December 2021. I haven't touched a weight since right around January of 2020. So I'm going on 2 years in a month with 0 weights, 0 machines. I haven't done any gym work, like no going to gyms. And you know, mind you, again, I'm an active duty Marine, so I have multiple free gyms on the base that I'm at. So, you know, yeah, I guess you could say, you know, if I had gym memberships, I'm saving money by doing this, but you can save money by doing this if you are paying for a gym. You don't have to have gyms, you don't have to have weights or fancy equipment to stay in shape. And not only just stay in shape, right? Because there's a difference between staying in shape, wanting to grow muscle mass, wanting to get faster, leaner, and wanting maybe better performance. You know, to be stronger, more agile, and what have you. Often we think and most people get the notion that you have to have a trainer or a gym and all this crazy stuff, and it's not true. I mean, again, I'm not the biggest guy or the most muscular, but this is me kind of out of shape right now, actually. I haven't been hitting my workouts super consistently lately because the weather's just really shitty here in San Diego. It's been cold, wet, and then when it's nice, work's been getting in the way. So you can see, I mean, I'm not in bad shape. And again, this is literally just me using calisthenics and body weight. That's it. So, you know, if you want to get in good shape and try something different and drop the gym membership, save yourself a little money, and not have to spend money on some crazy fancy gear, follow some of my videos. I put that stuff out there for free. And one of the biggest reasons why I decided to switch, because I used to lift a lot of weights. I used to be, quite a bit bigger. I was never a huge bodybuilder. That wasn't my niche, should I say, or my thing, right? But I definitely used to have a lot more size on me. Anybody that knows me knows that. And they'll tell you that I've gotten a lot smaller. But big thing I noticed is in my circle of people that lifted, I didn't know anybody that was, 35 and older that didn't have a lot of issues, like with hurt backs, joints that hurt, hip problems, just mobility and flexibility issues. And I'm talking about stuff that they would have to go to physical therapy and even get surgeries for. And the more I saw that, the more I realized that honestly, most of that's because of lifting, right? Even with proper technique, as you get older, it's honestly almost impossible to not. And I don't want to say like, because there's going to be always those people that are like, hey, well, I know somebody that's 60 and they have no injuries. And you only get injuries when you don't properly lift. And I would agree for that for the most part, right? But that's not the reality. Even professional weightlifters start getting issues, right? They start getting knee issues. They start getting back issues. It's because your joints can only take so much of that, right? Like, your joints can get stronger. Yeah, I get that, right? I used to do a lot of lifting. I even used to do powerlifting, and I was fairly good at it for my weight class. And I'm one of those ones that I was always very anal about making sure I did proper technique. And even me, I started having a lot of issues. And, some of those weren't just from lifting. A lot of it was from a lot of training I've done in the Marine Corps. And then the lifting would make it worse. Okay, I definitely cut myself somewhere. I think I cut myself on the very top of my head. Oh, yep, right there. That small little tiny nick. And I don't really feel it that bad, to be honest. The cut right now. When you cut yourself with these, it's so clean, and even with a double-edged razor, that you're not going to really feel it. I more notice it because of the, I saw a little pink in my shaving cream. Okay, what I like to do now is I fill it with hot water, let it sit in there, break down some of the hairs and what have you. As you can see, the second pass is a lot faster, because with that first pass, you're already getting probably a good 80 to 90% of the hair. That second pass is you're just really getting the stragglers and getting some of the other ones a little closer. And now I'm not going for super like crazy close shaves, even on my face or my head. They have in the wet shaving community an acronym called BBS. It's baby butt smooth shave. All I'm doing right now is cleaning up that hairline on the back a little bit. I've noticed lately, the next day, I'll feel something on my neck when I'm working out or at the gym. I mean, not like the gym, but like outside the gym. I work out usually on base right outside our main gym on a field that has pull-up bars and what have you. And I'll feel some little hairs back there prickling me when I'm moving around or doing something. And I realize that I grow hair pretty far down sometimes. And over here, I can still feel some hair behind the ears. Now, another thing you can do with a straight razor shaving is you could just do a little piece. So, like, if you're starting on your face, you don't have to do your whole face. Maybe you just do your right cheek. And then you finish the rest of the shave as normal until you get good. That was my philosophy when I first attempted my first straight razor shave. And actually, my first attempt was on my head. But I ended up getting the technique down so fast on that first try that I decided to just keep going. And I ended up coming out of that shave, I think maybe 2 small little nicks or 1. And to be honest, it wasn't even It wasn't even the hard spots. It was at the very end of the shave, like right here, because I was rushing. I got a little too cocky, a little too confident on that one. The one I got today, right up here, yeah, that's a hard spot for me. I already told you guys that in this video. Okay, let me check this real quick. Okay, yep, got some more over here on the ears. Now this is touch up. You can do this a few ways. A lot of people just take the brush, squeeze all that soap out. And now what you do is you just put it on the places that feel like you need a touch up. There's a couple up here I do. Where I missed a few hairs. Okay. I think we're good. Again, I like to fill up the cup again just to let this sit for a little while. What I like to do now is put some water on my head. Usually I do a little warm and then cold. You know, cold water, it's supposed to close up those pores, which is important, so you don't get any ingrown hairs. Now, next, I'll be right back for my spray. So what I use after that is, you know, some people use like an aftershave or a balm. One of the best things I've found to use that does the exact same thing but a fraction of the cost is witch hazel. Witch hazel is super cheap and it does the exact same thing. Today, I finally got it in a spray bottle. So I buy just the normal little bottle that squirts. Today I finally made my way to the dollar store to buy this squirt bottle, because I've had the idea for a while now, just dump it into a spray bottle, and that way I can just mist it on my head. So let's see how that works. Wow, that works really well. Whew, definitely feel that one. And I think we're good. Let's see it. Again, I usually don't check my back like this. Oh, yeah, that's nice. Nice, nice, nice. And now what I do is you just clean up, right? So I clean up the brush and obviously put everything away. The very last stage after this is, so I let this air dry and I clean up as this is air drying, even on my face. So even when I use the witch hazel on my face after I shave my face, I let that sit and it's gonna air dry, and as it's air drying, I'm cleaning up. So I'm doing two things at once. And then once I'm done cleaning up, this, whether it's on my head or on my face, is usually dry. And then I follow it up with my third stage is going to be a nice hydrating lotion, right? So I'm cheap. Not only am I cheap, I like to research a lot of things, so I use the same lotion on my face that I use on my head, that I use on my body. I know some people have a certain face lotion just for their face, another one just for their body. Maybe try, you know, your body lotion on your head if you shave your head. If you want, you could also try the face lotion on your head. For me and my research, it's really not that different, right? A face lotion for your face, it's usually the same ingredients that's going to be the one in the body as well. So that was 48 minutes. Usually it doesn't take me that long. It usually takes me maybe 30 minutes, and that's because like I said, I like to take my time slow. I've learned to enjoy shaving because of the wet shaving. I enjoy shaving my head now. I enjoy shaving my face, to be honest, just because it's such a nice, slow process, right? And for us guys that, you know, shave often, and to me that's important. For you ladies that shave often, your legs and everything, that should be important, right? You can use straight razors on your legs as well, ladies. Arms, wherever you want to shave. So let me know if you liked my shaving video. Just another little insight to my life and how I use a straight razor to shave my head inside my tiny living RV. Hope to see you guys in my next video. Comment, like. If you want to, subscribe. See you later.